Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I'm going to show you this beautiful stitch that I designed especially for this video. You will see that this stitch is very easy and it's more easy as it seems. You will see. I use this new material that it goes from a light pink to a darker pink, and I decided to make a sample so you can see and you can make the rows according to the project that you want. In this stitch I decided to combine the Solomon's knot and the puff stitch. And this stitch is special too because I'm teaching you how you can make it in a triangle shape according to the project that you may want to make. Okay, I hope that you really use it in all your projects. And well, let's don't lose more time. I invite all of you to subscribe, and if you do, well, let's start the video. Remember that if you want to buy and use the same materials that I use in all my videos, you can visit my online store www.lauracepeda.es. Well, this stitch is especially for shawls or for handkerchiefs, or if you want to make a scarf, a triangle scarf, well, it's perfect for it. You just need to use a hook, and in this occasion I'm going to use this skein of yarn. It's a light angorita, and we are going to start making chains. We are going to start by the tip. We are going to make 5 chains first, 4 and 5. Well, now we are going to close and we are going to take both threads, the first thread which we started and the thread that we are using. We are going to take both and we are going to bring them through. And now inside this string we are going to start making the stitch. So we will go up with 3 chains and we are going to make double crochets. But while we are making the double crochets, we are going to take the thread which we started and we are going to try to hide it. Okay, we are going to make the double crochets of 3 crochets. So this is how it looks. Now we are going to make 2 chains and we are going to make again 2 double crochets of 3 crochets inside the ring, and we are going to repeat. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit fast, but I will continue making these steps with you. It's important that you should be careful with this kind of yarn, because if you want to come back and if you mistake, sometimes the yarn gets a little bit messy, so it will be more difficult to undo what you have just made. So look, we have made this sequence 4 times. Okay, we have 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and we've finished making 2 double crochets. So now this is the first row. We are going to turn around. We are going to slip until the first space where we made the 2 chains. We are going to slip 1 like this. So once that we are here, well, now we are going to make a shell inside this space. We will go up with 3 chains. We will make the double crochets of 3 crochets, then 2 chains, and again 2 double crochets of 3 crochets like this. So we have the first shell. So this is like we are going to start each row, okay, with the first shell making 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and 2 double crochets of 3 crochets, remember. So now we are going to make the Solomon's knot. We are going to pull, yarn over, bring them through, and now we are going to insert our hook in between. As you see here, we have these 2 parts behind. So right here in between, and we are going to make a single crochet. We have to make sure that we make this single crochet tight. Okay, we have to see the division between the Solomon's knot and the single crochet. The common Solomon's knot is made with 2 of these parts, but we are just going to make the half of it. So after 1 Solomon's knot like we made, we are going to go right to the top of the next shell and we are going to make the puff. Remember that before we insert the hook, we yarn over. So we repeat this 3 times and then we bring them through and 3 chains. And again in the same space we are going to turn over and we are going to pull. We are going to repeat this 3 times again. Then we are going to bring them through 1 chain, then 3 chains, and again we are going to repeat. We are going to make 1 puff more, also in the same stitch. We are going to bring them through 1 chain. So we have this. And again we are going to repeat the Solomon's knot and the shell. So we pull, then we are going to make the single crochet. Remember the single crochet tied, and we are going to close the row making a shell. So we are going to make 2 double crochets, 2 chains, and then 2 double crochets. Remember these double crochets of 3 crochets. So this will be the second row. So far we made, remember that this will be the tip of the triangle, and then it will start to grow. So we'll make 2 shells. In between we made just a half of the Solomon's knot and we made 3 puffs. So now we are going to turn around, and now we are going to start like we started. Remember, we are going to start slipping 1 right to the next space. So once we are here, we will go up with 3 chains. We are going to make the first shell. So then we are going to make the double crochet of 3 crochets, 2 chains, and then 2 double crochets more inside the space. And then once we have the first part of the row, remember we will always start with a shell, we are going to make the half of the Solomon's knot and then the other half. So we have this. So now look, right away we are going to insert our hook here at the beginning of the first puff, and we are going to slip 1 like this. So right here we are going to tie it a little bit, and now inside and in between these 2 puffs we are going to make single crochets. We are going to make 1, 2, and 3. Then in the other space in between the next 2 puffs we are going to make 3 single crochets and 3. And then we are going to close this sequence like we started. Remember, slipping 1 here at the end. So we have this. It's very important that we skip 1 at the beginning and at the end of this sequence. Then we are going to make the 2 parts of the Solomon's knot. Here we have the first half, then the second half. Then we are going to insert our hook in between the last shell that we made, and right there we are going to make the final shell like we made before. Remember that this sequence goes that we will start with 1 shell and that we will finish with 1 shell at the end. So far we have this. So well, as you see here, we are having the triangle shape that we want. So we are here with this light pink, and while we continue it will get darker. But well, like this will be a sample. I think that I won't have the opportunity to show the rest of the colors. So at the end, turn around and we will start again slipping 1 until here. Then we will go up making 3 chains, and inside here we are going to make the first shell. Remember, with 2 chains in between and then the next 2 double crochets of 3 crochets. Well, remember that in the last row we made the 2 halves of the Solomon's knot. Well, we are going to alternate and we are going to make what we made in the last row. Okay, we are just going to make the half of the Solomon's knot, the first part, and right here in between the last 2 halves that we made, right here where we made the single crochets, we are going to make the puff stitch. Remember that before we insert, we will turn over 3 times. We are going to repeat this. We are going to make 3 chains, and then again here in this space we are going to repeat what we made in these parts. So we are going to make a 3 puffs in this space, making 1, 2, and 3 chains in between each puff. So here we are going to make the last one. Remember that we are going to turn over 3 times. At the end, this stitch will look so beautiful. We are going to close making 1 chain, okay? And then we are going to continue. We are going to make the Solomon's knot. Oh no, sorry, here I made a mistake. We are just making just one part of the Solomon's knot, just 1/2 in this row, okay? So well, now here in between the last puff that we made, we are going to make a single crochet. So again, just a half of the Solomon's knot, and then here in between the last 2 Solomon's knot that we made, we are going to make the 3 puff, and we will turn over and we will pull 3 times so we can have 1 puff. So we will close making 1 chain and then 3 chains more, and in the same space again we are going to make the second puff like this. We are going to close 3 chains and then the last puff. It is important that we should take care that when we pull at the same distance as the other puff, okay? Well, now we are going to repeat. We are going to make just a half of the Solomon's knot, and then we will insert in the last shell, and here we are going to make the last shell to close the row. Then 2 chains and 2 double crochets of 3 crochets, and this is the 3rd row. So far this is how it should look, right? As you could see, it's opening and it's getting the triangle shape. Here we have the first flower, then we have 2, and in the next sequence we will have 3 flowers and then 4, and like this we are going to increase. So we are going to follow this series until we get the long of the shawl that we want, okay? We are going to alternate the rows. Once we are going to make this one and then this one, and like this. Right now we are going to make the next sequence of the series. In the last sequence we made the half of the Solomon's knot. Now we are going to make 2 halves of the Solomon's knot in this row. So first we are going to slip 1, and right here in the middle we are going to make the first shell. Okay, after this first shell we are going to make the Solomon's knot. Here we are going to make the first part. Remember the single crochet tied, and then the second part. Again the single crochet tied. We have to really tell the difference, so that's why we need to make the single crochet tied to divide the Solomon's knot. Well, after this, here at the beginning we are going to slip 1, and then here we are going to make 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Again, right in between the next puff, 3 single crochets, 2 and 3, and at the end we are going to slip 1. So now look, what's next? Okay, so far we have something like this. So now we are going to make the 2 parts of the half of the Solomon's knot. So here we have 1 and 2. Okay, then we are going to slip 1 right here. It's very important that we don't skip this part. We should and we must slip 1 because it's very important. I made a stitch without, and it really looks much better when you slip 1. Okay, so it's very important. For now we are going to continue with the rest, making the single crochets in between the puff, and then we are going to slip 1. Then the 2 parts of the Solomon's knot. So here we have the first one, single crochet, and the second part, and we are going to insert in the last shell to make the last shell. Okay, 2 chains, and then 2 double crochets of 3 crochets. Look how beautiful it's looking so far. Look at this. I love it. It's so sweet. I'm sure it would look beautiful in any project. So remember, 1 row with puff and with half of the Solomon's knot, and 1 row with complete Solomon's knot and with single crochet. So look, this is how it will go. Okay, so here in between this complete Solomon's knot, we are going to make 1 flower, then 2 flowers, and 3 flowers. Remember, as I told you, like each series, we are going to increase 1 flower. So I'm going to continue making more series like this one, following the same instructions that I give you, and see you to teach you how we are going to make the final edge. Well, look how beautiful it is. I love how it's looking. I continue making more series. As you see, I complete 5 flowers. And well, I think that like this, it's looking so good, but I'm going to show you how you can make the final edge and it will look even better. You will see. Remember that you have to take into account that at the end of the size that you want to make this break, you need to leave more material left to make this final edge. So here in the corner we are going to make a Solomon's knot, just the half of it, like this. Then we will pull and we are going to make 3 chains. We are going to come back, and right here we are going to make a puff, and we are going to yarn over 3 times. Then we are going to bring them through 1 chain, and then 3 chains, 1, 2, and 3. Then here in the same stitch we are going to make 1 puff more. We are going to bring them through, and then here at the beginning of the first puff we are going to insert the hook, and we are going to bring them through. So as you see, we join 2 puffs, so it looks so beautiful. We are going to close making 1 chain, and then the half of the Solomon's knot like we made at the beginning, you see, and then we make a single crochet, leaving 1 shell, and in the other, like wave, right, we are going to make a single crochet. And again we repeat the half of the Solomon's knot. Just let me take more yarn, 3 chains. We are going to come back, and right here is where we are going to take the puff, the first puff. We are going to turn over. Remember to keep and to use this finger to keep all the threads together. So once that we have them, we are going to bring them through 1 chain, again 3 chains, and right here at the beginning we are going to insert the hook, and we are going to turn over 3 times like this, 1, 2, 3. We are going to bring them through 1 chain, then the next, before we are going to join, okay? Then after we have this pair, we are going to fix the pair a little bit. We are going to make the other half of the Solomon's knot, and then we are going to skip 1 wave, and right in the next one we are going to make a single crochet. So look, here I continue making the stitch. As you see here, I skip 1 wave in between, and right here in the corner I made 1 in each wave, you see, to open the corner and don't mess the shape. So I'm going to continue making this final stitch, and let's see how it looks. Well, so what do you think? Look how beautiful it looks. I love to make it. I hope that you have enjoyed making it do. I'm sure that with any project that you decide to use this stitch, it will look beautiful. Imagine if I continue making this stitch, imagine how it must look with these colors, how it will look like the change of color of more light blue, more light pink to a darker pink. Wow, it will be an spectacular, right? But well, thank you so much. I hope that you make it, and please, if you make it, tag me. But well, please, if you like this video, give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to follow me in all my social media. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to share it. But well, thank you so much. See you in the coming videos. Thank you and bye.